Hello, dear students. Welcome back to my channel Chemistry with Sir Ehsan. Today I am going to tell you a very important topic, that is chemical properties of hydroxy compounds. So taking an example of ethanol, we can apply all these properties to uh, complete homologous series of hydroxy compounds. So let's start with it. The first reaction is combustion, and you know that combustion is the burning of fuel. So whenever ethanol is burned in excess supply of oxygen, what will be produced? Carbon dioxide, steam, and heat energy are produced. So when we call what type of reaction is combustion? You know it is exothermic reaction. So the exothermic reaction is always written with negative enthalpy. You know that very well. Delta H. For example, C2H5OH, which is ethanol, when it react with excess oxygen, we have to write here excess oxygen or air. So when ethanol is burned in excess air, what will be produced? Carbon dioxide and steam will be produced. So when 1 mole of ethanol is burned, it produces 3 moles of carbon dioxide and 3 moles of steam. Hope you understand. You can balance it. The combustion reaction can be asked for balancing in organic chemistry. So here 1 mole of ethanol and 3 moles of oxygen will combine to react together to produce 2 moles of CO2 and 3 moles of steam. This is balanced chemical equation. So we can apply all this combustion reaction to other members of the hydroxy compounds. So for example, ethanol, methanol, propanol, butanol, pentanol. You must know at least first 5 members. They can be any one of the member can be asked for combustion reaction. Okay, the next chemical property that is also very important, that is dehydration of ethanol. No, definitely most of the students know it. What is dehydration? So dehydration, basically it is the removal of water or steam, right? So when ethanol is passed through concentrated sulfuric acid, you know, concentrated sulfuric acid act as a dehydrating agent. It will absorb water or water from the ethanol, and this way ethanol will be converted into you can see this ethanol. The ethanol will be converted into ethene gas and steam. So here we have to use concentrated sulfuric acid. Students, keep in mind, concentrated sulfuric acid act as a dehydrating agent, while dilute sulfuric acid act as a hydrating agent. Hope you understand. So similarly, if we do the dehydration of propanol, it will be giving us propenes, that is C3H6 plus steam. Okay, now one of the most important reactions which have been asked in CAIE examination again and again is oxidation of ethanol. So oxidation of ethanol is of two types. For example, if in open air and in the presence of a catalyst, mean in the presence of a oxidizing agent. Okay. So let's see first when ethanol is placed in the open air, what happens. So when it is placed in open air, you will see in the presence of bacteria, bacteria are present everywhere where life exists. So when ethanol is placed in the atmosphere, open air, the oxygen of the air will be used by the ethanol, and ethanol will be converted into ethanoic acid. Ethanoic acid is the member of carboxylic homologous series. We will study carboxylic acids after this reaction, after this topic, inshallah. Okay, similarly, propanol, when oxidized, it will be converted into propanoic acid and so on. Now, what the most important reaction and favorite, a question of the examiner in CAIE is oxidation with oxidizing agent. So what happens when ethanol is passed through an oxidizing agent? For example, oxidizing agent can be potassium manganate, that is KMnO4. You can see this. So what this hydrogen ion shows? It shows we have added acid into KMnO4. It will become more active and will easily, react. Okay. So what is the source of atomic oxygen in this reaction? So here we are using molecular oxygen because in the air, oxygen is present in molecular state, but this oxygen which we are taking here, it is coming from oxidizing agent. The oxidizing agent can be potassium manganate, it can be potassium dichromate. If we are using potassium manganate, so you will see in both cases, ethanol will be converted into ethanoic acid. Along with that, water will be produced as a byproduct. This is not a product, this is a byproduct. So, what is the role of ethanol in this reaction? Before this, you must know, you can be asked what we will observe during this reaction. So during this reaction, you see purple color of KMnO4, which is acidified potassium manganate, will change to colorless if this reaction will have taken place. The role of ethanol in this reaction is it acts as a reducing agent. So this was the question in the examination. What is the role of ethanol in this reaction? So why we use atomic oxygen? Atomic oxygen is highly reactive and its source is oxidizing agent that may be potassium manganate or it can be potassium dichromate. If we are using acidified potassium dichromate, then the color of the acidified potassium dichromate, if it changes from orange to green, that means this oxidation has taken place. So in both cases, either potassium manganate, either potassium dichromate acidified, both react with ethanol. They will be producing carboxylic acids. Depending upon the type of alcohol, or sorry, we will not use the word alcohol because in CAIE it has been asked you are not allowed to use the word alcohol. We have to use the word hydroxy compounds. So it can be propanol, butanol, though all can be oxidized into their respective carboxylic acids. So inshallah, in next class, I will be doing past paper questions from this topic. You will see the way I'm saying this question have been asked in the past papers. You will see that how this question is coming again and again. I will tell you the year in which it is coming, okay? Or it has been in the past paper examination. And inshallah, hope this year it will, oxidation of, ethanol will be asked, inshallah. So let's summarize now. Today, what we have discussed, three chemical properties of ethanol. First one is combustion. Combustion is a reaction in which you produce energy. In some countries, like say Brazil, this ethanol is used as a fuel. Okay. Similarly, then second property is dehydration of ethanol. If we have to prepare ethene, although there are other methods for the preparation of ethene, for example, cracking. So this reaction can also be used for the preparation of ethene. So this question may carry 2 to 3 marks. Okay. So you correct formulas and concentrated sulfuric acid and conditions and state symbols of the reactants and products will give you full marks. But better if somebody asks you how to prepare ethene, you should go for cracking. In cracking we use catalyst, we use temperature, we use absence of oxygen and equation we make. So there are so many points that you can get full marks in that. So that's it for today, inshallah. I will be making next lesson soon, inshallah, and hope you will enjoy this lesson. You will get some information from it, and please do subscribe my channel if you think you are getting from my lessons. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.